The rim is back, the racket back, and there's nothing like the trade deadline. Trade deadline's this Thursday. We've got some news. The title of this video is obviously about Jaren Jackson Jr., so I'm going to go ahead and hop into that. And then I will talk about some of the other trades that have happened since I've started recording. Um, First trade, the Memphis Grizzlies traded Jaren Jackson Jr., John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 future first round picks. So, my take on it is I saw a report that the Utah Jazz want to run Jaren Jackson Jr., Lowry Markkinen, and Walker Kessler all together. That is a big lineup. Not 100% sure if it'll work, but at the end of the day, it's basketball. Seen so many schemes work. These guys are professionals. These are the top 1%. They could probably make it work. On paper, though, as of right now, I don't really know. Um, the Grizzlies, on the other hand, they finally enter their rebuilding stage, and they acquire Walter Clayton Jr., who could be good. Taylor Hendricks, who's shown flashes. Kyle Anderson, a vet. Georges Niang, also a vet. I didn't check the contracts. I don't know how much is left on Kyle Anderson or Georges Niang. But the 3 first round picks, I think they have 13 first round picks within the next 7 years. That's really good. I don't think the Grizzlies have been, terrible at drafting by any means. They're typically a pretty good drafting team. So if I was a Grizzlies fan, yeah, it sucks to see Jaren Jackson go, but you got a decent package, in my opinion. I mean, you didn't get a star player, but you were never going to. Um, yeah, I like it for both sides. The experiment for Utah, they finally get to leave their rebuilding stage and just try to start ramping up to compete, and then the Grizzlies enter their rebuilding stage with some 2 very good young players and 3 future first round picks. The only person I'm kind of worried for is Ace Bailey. I don't know how this is going to affect his growth. Hopefully it doesn't, because he's been playing pretty good here recently, and I hope that he keeps that up. That was the biggest trade so far today, which is Tuesday the 3rd. Second trade, this one was before the Jaren Jackson trade, but obviously the Jaren Jackson trade was huge. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers traded DeAndre Hunter to the Sacramento Kings for Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. And then the Bulls got Dario Saric and 2 second round picks for nothing. I also like this trade for the Cavs. Cavs got Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis, 2 guards. Um, Darius Garland, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Darius Garland is dealing with a toe injury, another toe injury on the other foot from where he had his other toe injury. So just bringing in 2 guards that could help is tremendous, and I love that for Cleveland, especially because DeAndre Hunter has expressed that he didn't want to be there. And then for the Kings, you get DeAndre Hunter. I don't know. Maybe the contracts are a lot less year. I don't know. I should have looked at the contract years, but I did not. And for that, I apologize. But it's too late. The video is going, and I am rolling. And then the Bulls, I don't have to talk about theirs. They get 2 future second round picks for nothing. Congratulations, Bulls fans. Yeah, that's how I feel about that trade. The next trade was I don't have it written down, but I know that Vic Krejci got traded to the Portland Trailblazers. I want to say for Duop Reith, maybe something else. I don't remember, but not a huge trade. Although he is shooting 40% from three. But shout out to Portland. The next trade I do have down though is Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit have agreed to a multi-team deal that sends Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley Jr. to the Bulls and Kevin Herter and Dario Saric to the Pistons. Detroit also receives a 2026 first round protected swap from Minnesota. So for the Bulls, they get uh, Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley Jr. Jaden Ivey, cool, young prospect. That's awesome. Mike Conley Jr., great vet. Would love to have him. The Pistons, Kevin Herter. Then the Bulls flipped Dario Saric to the Pistons. I like Kevin Herter going to the Pistons a lot. The Pistons need help shooting the ball. Kevin Herter shoots the ball. Um, yeah, and then Minnesota, they just traded Mike Conley to clear up some cap space because they are trying to get Giannis. With that being said, though, they just traded like one of their only ball dominant playmakers. That's not the word I'm looking for. One of their only playmaking first players. I, Uncle Mike is old, bro. He's really old, so it's not like it's the end of the world or anything. But for a team that needed point guard play and you just traded away one of your only point guards, I don't really understand that unless they have a pivot from Giannis to go get somebody else. Um, yeah. Other than that, I like it for the Bulls, like it for the Pistons, Minnesota. I mean, it's whatever. Um, with that being said, though, the Bulls are here again. The Chicago Bulls are trading center Nikola Vucevic and a second round pick to the Boston Celtics for Anthony Simons and a second round pick. So they just swap seconds and Vucevic for Anthony Simons, pretty much. And so, yeah, the Bulls are just making moves. With that being said, the Bulls have every guard in the league on their team right now. Josh Giddey, Anthony Simons, you know, they still have Io, they still have Kobe White, they still have uh, Trey Jones, they still got, I don't even know, they got them all. Essentially, I don't know if Io or Kobe White are going to be safe on Thursday. Um, so, yeah, those guys might get flipped. The Bulls look like they might be on the right track to not trying to compete, which they should not be doing. They should be trying to get picks. Um, Getting rid of Vucevic. The only thing I don't really understand is the Celtics. Okay, for the Celtics, I like a lot. They get a center. They needed a center. Works out perfectly. But for the Bulls, you get Anthony Simons, and then you. I think it would have made more sense for the Bulls if they could have acquired a pick and not given one up. But it is what it is. I mean, they're both expiring contracts, so whatever. But you don't really get anything out of it, is what I'm saying. Like, the Bulls don't really get anything. Like, when Vucevic was linked to the Warriors, we were going to give him picks, and they weren't going to give us any back. So it's like they would have attained something. They would have exactly what I just said. They would have attained something. But yeah, it is what it is. I like it for Boston a lot, and for the Bulls, again, they just have every guard in the league. The next big piece of news, it is not a trade yet. James Harden wants out of LA. Or he wants out of the Clippers organization. Um, I don't really know what to say. It kind of came out of the blue when I saw that last night. And I've seen a couple posts that are like the Clippers organization also got caught by surprise because they weren't expecting it. But who's to say? It does say Clippers and James Harden are working through whether the sides can find a deal by Thursday's NBA trade deadline, sources tell ESPN. Both sides are aligned in conversations together and with interested teams. The team I've seen linked the most is a James Harden and Darius Garland swap. Would that work? I don't know. Potentially. I think there's people here. So maybe not. I don't know. The dogs are going crazy. That's all the news I have. 10 minutes. You know, I'm just too good. Yeah, that's all I have. Like, subscribe, please subscribe. You don't have to like the video. I would love you to like the video. I want to do more news. I have, if another big trade pops up, or I just got a notification, is it a trade? No, it was not a trade. But it's just Vucevic and Vucevic got a jersey swap, so it'll probably be on the thumbnail. Anyways, if another trade happens, I will probably make another video on that. Obviously, the Giannis thing could happen. That's going to be a big video. There's some other stuff that could happen. Kobe White, Io. I think those are two good players that deserve a video. Um, Whatever the Warriors plan on doing, their Draymond Green has been in trade talks now, and Draymond has accepted the fact that he is in trade talks. Um, so yeah, anything could happen. Hopefully, something happens, something great. That's the video. I have more planned. Hopefully, I can keep uploading. I did get a ring light, so hopefully the lighting looks better on this video than other videos. I also cut my finger. You don't care. Um, yeah, thank you. See you.